Okay, hi, I'm Emily. I'm a PhD student at the University of Sheffield. Now, initially, my project was going to be called Understanding the Risks of PFAS in Surface Waters. And over the last 5 months, I've been looking at catchment characteristics, ones that potentially influence PFAS levels in UK catchments. And the overall aim of the project is to ideally create a predictive model that will use these catchment characteristics and predict PFAS levels in surface waters. So there have been some predictive models developed, two notable examples, both from the US. This Cape Cod model looks at finding the probability of PFAS detection in groundwater. And this Michigan study finds the average estimate of PFAS concentration in drinking water. Now, there currently aren't any predictive models for surface water in the UK. There is this one study that found the geospatial map of predicted PFAS in West Europe. However, none or not much data was from the UK. Most of the data was from Belgium, Netherlands, Switzerland, and Denmark. And the study themselves recognized that the results are unlikely to be representative of the UK. They also looked at soil samples, so the model probably can't be used for surface waters. So the data that I'm currently looking at is secondary data. So the PFAS data is from two different sources. I'm getting data, concentration levels of PFAS directly from UK water companies. So far I have 6. Southern Water, I get data directly from them because they're my sponsor. And the other companies, I've got their data through environmental information requests. I'm also using Le Mans Forever Pollution Project. So they have PFAS concentrations all over Europe from a range of different environmental media, including surface water. The catchment characteristics I'm currently looking at is spatial based, so it doesn't change much with time. So I have soil-based data, so like pH and organic carbon levels, and I have average precipitation data and then land use data as well. And for the land use data, I want to look at percentage of built up areas, as urban areas typically have higher levels of PFAS. And while I don't have the data yet, I want to look at the slope of the catchment and then combine sewer overflows. And this is where during heavy rainfall, stormwater and sewage flows into the river. So initially, all I'm doing is seeing if there's any significant correlation between the PFAS concentrations and the catchment characteristic data. This example is from the River Thames catchment catchment, sorry, looking at pH. And as you can see, there doesn't seem to be any correlation, but this is only data from Le Mans Forever Pollution Project, and it's only one catchment, so I'm hoping to look at as many as possible. What I'm doing at the moment is automating the data process using code. So this will really help me look at as many catchments as possible. So if this statistical analysis between the catchment characteristic data and PFAS concentration goes well, I'm hoping to look at what I've been calling fun statistics. So this could be self-organizing maps or principal component analysis. And this will really help conclude which catchment characteristics are the best predictors for PFAS levels. I also want to look at temporal data, so stuff that does change with time, for example, daily rainfall, maybe even hourly rainfall, and this will allow me to see if there's any seasonal variation in the PFAS levels in the UK. I also, as I'm sponsored by Southern Water, I'll have the opportunity to collect high resolution data from them, from like a specific catchment. And this will be PFAS concentrations and potentially also catchment data, as you can attach probes to the devices that collect water samples. So after the statistical analysis of the catchment data and the PFAS concentrations, I'm hoping to create a predictive model that will help UK water companies understand which catchments are at risk to PFAS levels. Thank you, and are there any questions?